Sam Adams was a 39 years old man who enjoyed hunting and spending time in nature. On October 27, 1958, Sam was with two of his friends hunting in the Chamberlain Mountains in the state of Montana, United States, when he got separated. At the end of the day, Sam's friends reached their predetermined location, but Sam never showed up. At that point, they contacted authorities and a search effort was organized. This area is very rugged and it has steep peaks and deep valleys. It was confirmed Sam was carrying a rifle, a pistol, warm clothing, matches and food. Soon after, the sheriff showed up with volunteers to look for the 39-year-old man. Several hunting groups cancelled their vacation to look for Sam. After 17 days of search, Sam was not located. His friends were eager to find him and they continued their search. They went to Chamberlain Mountain every weekend they could to look for him. They kept searching until on July 12, 1959, almost 7 months after Sam went missing, his friends found his rifle, which was smashed in 3 parts, his wallet, shoes and bits of clothing. They also found bear signs and remnants of half-digested clothing, human bones and hair. There was teeth marks on the shoes as well. The evidence of a battle between a man and a bear was obvious. It happened in a 50-foot circle. The area they found the equipments was only 1.5 miles from where the main search was centered in November. The theory that was put forward by the law enforcement was this: Sam got into a fight with a bear and tried to kill it. He used all his bullets but 2 and got injured during the fight. He was only successful in injuring the bear. Then he crawled to a log and tried to light a fire to get warm. He removed his shoelaces to use as tourniquets. Then he used his last 2 rounds to summon 8. The bear then reappeared and he used his gun as a club. Sam was not able to defeat the bear and the animal took him apart. He was also carrying a pistol which was left out from all the news outlets who were reporting on this incident. Reminding you, the original search lasted for 17 days and Sam's friends kept going to the location without finding their friend. Another part of the story that didn't make sense was that Sam used his last 2 rounds to summon 8. If he just had a fight with a bear and knew it could come back for the final kill, why would he waste his last 2 rounds to summon 8 when he probably had done that already before getting into fight with the bear? Another interesting part of the story is that the searchers found Sam's knife as well. It doesn't make sense for Sam to use his rifle as a club when he had a good hunting knife which he could use to defend himself. With a hunting knife, you can injure a bear much more effectively than a club. There is no more information about this incident. On September 6, 1959, 14 years old Ted Nallman went to bear hunting with his father at eastern Idaho. The elevation of the ridgeline in this area reaches to 6,000 feet. It's very rugged and there is Moore Lake in this location. They arrived in the afternoon, slept through the night and woke up early the next morning for their hunting experience. The father and son separated so they could cover more distance, but they stayed in relative closeness with each other. At the end of the day, Ted's father reached the camp, but Ted never arrived. Soon, the father notified the authorities and a search effort was organized. The sheriff brought a helicopter and lots of volunteers to search for the boy. As soon as the effort started, a heavy rain and snow started falling in the area. 2 days into the search, they found the fisherman who had seen the boy in the afternoon of the day he disappeared. He said that Ted asked him the direction to the roadway. The fisherman showed him the way and the boy started going towards the road. Nothing else happened for 3 days. But on the 4th day, searchers found the boy's body. He had traveled the most rugged part of the path and only had a quarter of a mile left, which was actually less rugged, to reach the roadway when apparently he collapsed and died. His body was found only 3/4 of a mile from the camp him and his father were staying at. The body was found close to Moore Lake. Ted's shoes were gone along with his rifle. Ted's body was found face down on a ridgeline, which indicates he probably was unconscious when he hit the ground. They did an autopsy on the body and the coroner determined he died from exposure. Why would Ted take off his boots and why didn't he use his rifle to summon aid? None of the searchers ever heard of a gunshot. What happened to Ted in Moore Lake, Idaho remains a mystery to this day. In October of 1893, a group of 5 hunters, all middle-aged, went to Greasewood in Colorado, 15 miles west of Steamboat Springs. All 5 men were well armed. The area had a river and several bodies of water. This spot was one of the few locations which had water in it. Mountains reached to 7,000 feet. Merrill was hunting with a man named Doniher. Both men left the camp and decided to hunt separately. Merrill returned to the camp, but Doniher didn't. The following morning, Merrill went to forest with Reynolds to look for Doniher. After a few hours, the 2 men got separated and in the afternoon, Merrill came back to the camp, but Reynolds never came back. With 2 of the 5 hunters missing, Mac and Brown decided to head into the woods to look for the missing men. Nobody knows if they stayed together or got separated. But at the end of the day, nobody came back except Merrill. Merrill then contacted authorities and a search effort was started. The search party never found a single trace of any of the 4 hunters and we will never know what happened to them.